In a post-Doom 2016 world where the FPS genre has been revitalized and stellar boomer shooters seem to drop every other month, the idea of a so-called Doom clone might feel passé. But dismissing something as staggeringly satisfying as Metal Eden would be nothing short of criminal. Set in the seemingly not-so-distant future where humanity has drained Earth of its resources, relocated to a new planet, and discovered how to upload human consciousness into storage devices called cores, Metal Eden takes its heady sci-fi cues from the likes of Ghost in the Shell, Alita Battle Angel, and Serial Experiments Lane, with our protagonist Asuka being a unique android hyperunit capable of carrying her memories across different bodies after death, a trait no other android possesses. This ability makes her indispensable to the enigmatic entity known as Nexus, who tasks her with recovering 4 hypercores to save what remains of humanity after a cataclysmic fallout. From there, you'll find yourself running and gunning through the breathtaking cyberpunk ruins of Mobius, fighting battle after battle against a never-ending android army. While I'm not one who typically comes to an FPS game for the story, I must admit I enjoyed the fascinating twists and existential themes on display here. Then again, this brand of bleak, nihilistic sci-fi is right up my alley, so your mileage may vary. Story aside, where Metal Eden truly shines is in its turbulent and adrenaline-fueled gameplay. Hover-jumping headshots, acrobatic aerial assaults, wall running and gunning, and plenty of bullet-blasting ballet dancing, the ever-sporadic gunfights that make up the bulk of the action in this game are nothing short of exhilarating. From the footage alone, it's easy to see why this game draws comparisons to Doom Eternal, as its breakneck movement-driven combat feels cut from the same cloth, albeit with a welcome dose of Titanfall-inspired flourishes like wall running and a jetpack allowing for some satisfying jump and hover sniper shooting. Not to mention, the game even throws in a dash of Metroid with its short but serviceable morph ball sections that help break up the monotony. But what truly sets Metal Eden apart from others in the genre is its signature mechanic, core ripping. In the heat of combat, you'll be able to rip the core from weaker enemies and put it to good use in a couple of ways. You can use it like a small grenade and throw it right back at your attackers, which is best used against weaker foes until upgraded to do more damage and break armor. Or for a more powerful but necessary maneuver, you can consume the core and unleash a devastating blood punch capable of shattering armor, allowing you to gun down bigger targets. However, the core ripping system does come with the caveat of a cooldown timer, so don't expect to snatch cores left and right. Instead, you'll need to be more strategic by making stronger foes your primary target and letting your cooldown timer reset in the interim. While it's a mechanic I can see rubbing people the wrong way, as it does occasionally leave you scrambling around for your next attack, the game cleverly incorporates a few workarounds. You have a handy melee attack that can stun enemies, temporarily downing their shields, leaving them open to gunfire. Scattered around certain arenas are core repair kits that instantly refresh your cooldown timer, and level 3 onwards you'll acquire stronger firepower like the plasma gun, grenade launcher, and lightning gun that can break armor, meaning you no longer have to solely rely on core punches and can now use both in tandem for even more strategic mayhem. Not to mention, you can acquire core upgrades that provide a range of useful skills like decreasing your cooldown timer, a sick slow-mo ability, throwing cores is equivalent to shooting the bazooka, blood punches give you armor shards, and plenty of other useful combat buffs. On top of that, weapons can also be upgraded, granting you passive effects like damage per second buffs or useful secondary fires like homing missiles, a freeze blast, or napalm grenades. All of this in conjunction with the finely crafted battle arenas that lend themselves to the acrobatic shooting housed within make for an incredible combat loop where each battle truly flourishes once you've gotten a grip on the controls and mechanics. As I briefly alluded to at the top of this review, the graphics are fantastic. I know in 2025 the cyberpunk aesthetic is pretty played out, and that's coming from someone who really loves it, but Metal Eden does a great job carving out its own unique identity with a sleek but somehow still grimy level decor, reminiscent of the Marathon reboot, but without any of the plagiarism. I especially like all of the wire motifs found throughout the levels. But that's not to say it doesn't rely on some neat visual references, like our awesome heroine sporting a mech suit rather similar to that of the lightsabers from Bubblegum Crisis, and of course, I enjoyed the Evangelion references. Like the visuals, the soundtrack deserves equal praise, delivering the synth-heavy soundscapes you'd hope for, full of moody Blade Runner-style tones and Vangelis-inspired synthwave that perfectly complements the game's atmosphere. That said, for as much as I enjoyed this game, it's not without its faults. Outside of the core combat loop, Metal Eden unfortunately doesn't offer up much else gameplay-wise. Much like Shadow Warrior 3, it does have some decently flowing platforming sections between fights where the majority of the exposition is dealt, but aside from that, there's little else to sink your teeth into. But to the game's credit, it's a serviceable 5 to 7 hour affair spread across 8 missions, so the quippy, gratifying combat never feels like it overstays its welcome or runs out of steam. As a matter of fact, I was left wanting more and happily started a second playthrough upon my first completion. Though I will point out, not having a New Game Plus mode where I can carry over all of my upgrades is certainly a sore spot that is hopefully fixed with a patch. But to loop back to my original point, Metal Eden is kind of short, and that'll probably irk some folks as well as the $40 price tag, so maybe catch this one on sale if the length sounds like a deal breaker. But fans of Doom, Titanfall, or fast-paced FPS games are sure to enjoy the slick and intricate mechanics wrapped up in this amazing indie gem. So if you've got a bit of cash burning a hole in your pocket, be sure to pick up Metal Eden and give 'em hell, Hyper.
Give 'em hell, Hyper.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, consider checking out these other videos right here, or even subscribing. Also, if you'd like to throw me a couple of bucks, you can support the show on Patreon.